Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new around here, I make videos for anyone who's looking to try and improve their chess in a club rating level, beginner level, any level really. I'm just documenting my chess journey, trying to make educational videos for you to benefit from and all of that stuff. So if that sounds interesting, please consider subscribing as it would be greatly appreciated. I'm going to be showing a big game today. It's between Hans Niemann and Magnus Carlsen. It's very hot topic. And we'll be showing a nice game between them. It was a rapid game. It was played in August in 2022, so recently, and it was in, I believe it was in the Meltwater Cup. Yeah, the Meltwater Championship Chess Tour, the Crypto Cup. So let's get into it. Anne starts with E4, G6, D4, Bishop G7. Magnus going for the modern defense. Knight F3, D6, and now Bishop E2. A very standard way of playing. Just getting the two pawns in the center and ready to castle. Pretty standard. Knight F6, Knight C3, defending the pawn, and now Carlsen takes a chance to castle, and castles is played. And now Carlsen plays E6. After E6, H3 is played, stopping any Knight G4 ideas if you want to develop your bishop to E3. Knight G4 is always very annoying. And H3 is played. And now this light square bishop needs to be developed. It's probably not going to be developed along the C8, H3 diagonal. So Carlsen takes a chance to go B6 and try to develop it through this way. And now Hans plays an interesting move. I'm sure you've had a position similar to this before if you played chess. And I mean, for me, I'd probably play something like Rook E1 or Bishop D2 or Bishop E3. But here Hans plays a nice move. What I think maybe even instructive, maybe a move you can employ yourself. He goes E5. After D takes, Queen takes, and Rook takes. Knight D7. We see Hans has got this nice pawn here, controlling some squares, and it's also deep into Carlsen's camp. Also, has vacated the E4 square for the knight. But now we do have to defend the pawn. I mean, a normal way to continue here would be Bishop F4, but Hans plays an interesting move. He plays Knight B5. So ignoring this pawn and going for an attack on Carlsen's pawn, also threatening to win a rook. Bishop A6 is played. Bishop A6 is interesting. Also, H6 could have been played after takes. We trap this knight. Bishop A6 though is interesting because if we take, this falls, and after takes, this is just better for Carlsen. He's up 2 pieces of material. So yeah. So after after Knight B4, Bishop A6, this is nice. It's pinning the knight. This knight cannot really move. Or cannot take at least. After Bishop A6, this pawn is under attack as well, so Hans takes the opportunity to go Bishop F4, guarding the pawn. And now Carlsen goes Rook C8. This pawn is still under attack, so you would want to defend it. Say if also Hans defends this bishop. A4 was played, trying to maybe attack this structure. And now Carlsen's bishop on A6 is not doing all too much. It's kind of done its job, so he returns it to B7, where there's ideas of removing one of the defenders of this pawn. So here Hans plays an interesting move. He plays A5. He's just using this pawn as a battering ram, trying to open up files. Carlsen goes A6, and now a very interesting move, AB. After AB is played, not taking this rook obviously, because that would just lose the game. A nice move, Rook A7, so threatening to win this. And also, there's lines where you could, if this, for example, if after this, say if this is taken, we can go Bishop BA, and now this knight will have to move this under attack, and now we can win this knight. So that's there's a nice idea behind the move. So Carlsen here after Rook A7 does not take this. He goes Knight B6. Hans takes. However, now as you will notice, this rook doesn't really have anywhere to go. So Hans here goes. Carlsen goes Knight C6. This is pretty much trapped now. But however, Hans will get a pawn for it after bishop b5. Carlsen goes knight a5, trapping the rook, but before he just loses the rook, he's just going to sacrifice the exchange. Takes, and now a knight d4, defending the pawn and getting the knight into a more central square compared to f3. Carlsen goes knight c4. For example, here Carlsen's up he's up in exchange. Hans has a pawn, and if you get into an endgame with Magnus, then I don't think it's something you want to do. Okay, so after knight c4, Hans goes knight c6, threatening the fork. So Carlsen goes bishop f8, and it's an interesting maneuver. If you look at this bishop here, it's just staring into a pawn that it can't really take. So bishop f1 is an instructive maneuver anyway. b3, kicking out this knight. Bishop knight a3, and now c4. Takes, and now bishop c5, and rook a3 was played, attacking this pawn. Rook d3, and now a nice move, bishop c5. As you see, this bishop has come all the way from here, and now it's attacking this pawn, or maybe pinning it. What's his name? Hans goes bishop g5 here. Now Carlsen takes his chance to go rook c to a8, and now a g4. For example, if you went like h4 here, then after this pawn's hanging. So that's why Hans goes g4 here to give himself another square. Rook a2 is played. Now this pawn is under attack, and now rook f3. Excuse me. And rook b2 is played. Now Carlsen's looking to mop up these pawns. Notice this knight doesn't really have anywhere to go. It's like it doesn't have too many squares because it's covered. This is covered. This is covered. This is kind of covered, but as you see, these rooks will infiltrate as well. Now king g2 was played here, defending this pawn and getting it out of any pins. Rook g2, and now rook a to a2. Nasty threat here to take. Bishop h4 is played, and now a nice move. You can try find a very nice finish to the game. I'll let you pause the video. I mean, there's lots of winning options, but there's one that Carlsen played. It's just g3. And now if this is taken, we obviously take with the bishop, and after bishop g3, rook a3, and this pawn is going to be lost. These pawns are going to be lost, and this is going to be a pass pawn which is going to run up the board and promote. So Hans resigned here. 31 move win, what's pretty good. So hopefully you enjoyed this video, this game. If you did, leave a like, sub, and thank you for your time and attention. I really appreciate it, and have a good rest of your day.